Hey guys, here we are for a short track guide for week 11 of the ARCA series at the Homestead Miami Road Course B layout. For this track guide, I'm going to show you the hot lap first, and then I'm going to break down the lap in slow motion and show my approach to each corner. Now before I get to the hot lap, I just want to mention I'm using the baseline Homestead Road B setup, with the only change being moving the brake pressure down to 63%. Now let's get on to the hot lap. Now let's watch that lap in slow motion. So as we're getting out of the final corner, getting a lot of speed to start our lap here, looking at the right hand side for a brake marker, looking at the fence, and just as we approach this like 3 cone on the fence, braking about a car length before there, so about 60% brake pressure, downshifting to third, keeping the car in third for a long time, maintaining that brake pressure, and as we go around this curve, you can see we're reducing the brake pressure, but once we get the car straightened again, increasing it once again, around to 70%, downshifting late to second, basically downshifting as soon as you get to the start of this curb here, so a late downshift to second, taking a lot more speed than you think into this first left-hander, then getting on the gas quite early, using up all the track on the right-hand side, and then getting to the brakes quite quickly, downshifting to first gear, and you really want to compromise this first corner for the second one, so you're going to apex this really early, trying not to use up all the track on the right-hand side, bring the car over to the left-hand side, tapping the brakes, really trying to hug this curve here. The car is really trying to slide out wide, so make sure you nail that curve there. Getting on the power, but slowly. Again, you're going to have a lot of unsell. The rear is going to be really unsettled here, so you just be patient back on the throttle. And then once you get off of this curve, you can see really patient, upshifting to second, and now you're going down this back straight, or I guess the infield straight. So hard to see any brake markers, but you're going to be looking over to the left-hand side. You'll see in the distance this sign up here. It's the 300 sign. You're going to be braking just about as soon as you can start to read it. Maybe about 3 to 5 car lengths behind it, but also if you can tell, just as you shift up to third gear, maybe wait like 2 seconds and then start braking. So that's also a nice reference to judge. Downshift to second and then be patient to downshift to first. You're going to get a lot of like a wheel hop if you downshift to first too early. Downshift to first late. Again, partial throttle, just be very smooth with that throttle application. And then this corner up here is deceivingly challenging. So again, partial throttle while we're getting through here, upshift to second, and then this is the corner where it's going to be so easy to spin out. The rear is just really trying to fight you. You still can see all this counter steer I have to put in the car, and that was being still quite cautious with the throttle. So just be really patient there. Shift up to second just to minimize that wheel spin in the back. So as we're approaching this left-hander, looking on the right-hand side, as we're passing these trees, waiting until you get to the very end of them, and just as we can't see them at our window, or at our windshield, start getting on the brakes, around like 90%, downshift to second, quite late downshift to first. You kind of want to overshoot these curbs, because if you hit them, it'll unsell the car. So trying to go as wide as possible, and then turn in just about. If you look in chase view here, you can see just how close you get to them, but again, you can see how there's kind of like 2 curbs, 1 or 2 apexes. There's like one early on, and then one, the angle of the curbs change. So you don't want to hit the inside curb there. Just don't unsell the car. Be patient on throttle on the exit and getting back to full throttle. So now as we go down the back straight, again, just upshifting through here, taking a wide approach to the corner through here. So again, basically taking one lane off from the top, hugging it, and then tap the brakes just for some extra rotation, and then turning down to the bottom lane quite late. You can basically see you want to start getting down to this bottom lane as you pass this light up here. If you get down too early, you're going to run wild on exit, might even hit the wall or have to let off the throttle. But as we pass that light going down to this inside lane, should be able to keep the throttle pinned through here, unwinding the wheel, and getting a good exit to start our next lap, and that's a lap around Homestead Miami Road B. So come to the finish line, that's a 119.179, and here are the track things that were used. So hopefully that track guide was helpful. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed.